Scrapbookers, so I'm still on the crepe paper journey kit, but I went off kit quite a bit for this layout. This is a layout about my great uncle Willard and his sad life story, and yeah, I know there's not a lot to it as far as embellishment goes, and I actually didn't use one of the crepe paper journey embellishments. So I really tried, but it just didn't work for this page. And I guess what I want to say about that is that if you're working with a kit and you start making a layout and then you keep going out of the kit, as long as you're making progress and getting the layout done, that's okay. So it's okay. So I'm still calling this part of the kit. It's layout number 10, even though I really went out of kit, and I'll explain why I did that in the video. It kind of relates to what's been going on with me this week. So, okay, get your stuff ready, and let's start scrapbooking, and I'll explain all of it. Okay, here we go. Hi Scrapbookers and TGIF, it is Friday, and I have been lugging this little pack back and forth to my in-laws, and I haven't really used it. I just used it that one day. And I haven't really scrapbooked for the rest of the week. So let's just see if we can make a page like real quick just using mostly this. And so the last time I went over, I did throw in this paper pack, which I used a couple weeks ago, but I didn't, this wasn't part of the pack. So let's choose photos first. So I did, so I'm going to put this paper pad just with the other papers that I picked for this journey scrapbook. DIY, make your own kit. And, you know, I don't know exactly what I'll use yet. Let's just look at the pictures. So I put the pictures right in to the pack and quickly got... I just didn't get a lot done, actually, over there. Okay, so these two, I think what I'm going to do is just pick the first two that I came across. And these are two of it's my great uncle Willard. And he has a very sad story. So I don't think I've told that in any scrapbook. So I would like to do that. Oh, can you hear the children? I swear. As soon as I turn this on, the house can be quiet for hours and days. I turn this video on. Can you hear them? They start screaming. She wants to know if I want to watch Baby Mama. So I think I am going to go watch some movies with my kids. Baby Mama. But when I come back, we'll scrapbook about Willard. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. We watched Baby Mama. It was funny. We've seen it before. We saw it again. Okay, so this is my great uncle Willard, and this this kit that I've made isn't really you know, family history type kit, but I think it can totally be used. So what I'm thinking first off is that I want something to write on. I'm like Van Halen. I don't feel tardy. Give me something to write on. Yeah, I need something to write on. So I could use this, but I don't really want to use pink. But a ledger paper would be great. I don't think I have one in the kit that I put together. So let's just pick from... Looks like there might be one in this set, which is what I just grabbed in case I was going to be scrapbooking next door at my in-laws. So I kind of liked this paper I just went by. I don't know why. But I do. But this isn't the paper that I'm going to use. But I do, because he served in, so I want to tell the story of Willard, and I want to write down all the important facts. But then I also want to tell, like, what I see as the sad story. And part of that involves China. And I think China has some kind of, like, sunshiny symbol, don't they? Okay, this will work. This is just some basic notebook paper. Although, not to be too crazy picky, but this wasn't actually like what I had in mind. But if I want to keep let's not keep it too picky. Maybe I ought to just go with it, right? Let's see if we have anything else. Yeah, so could I find a better piece of paper? Yes. Should I? Maybe. But am I going to? No. So let's just go with what we've got here in front of us, and that will hopefully save some time. So what I'm thinking is the page is going to go something like this. So I need to cut off this part, and then the journaling is going to go here and here. There's going to probably be quite a bit of journaling. And, well, you know what? I wasn't going to lay down the photos, but I think why not? So I know exactly where they're going to be going. That I want to trim just a little. So I take photos of the photos. I'm going to do it with my, oh, look at this. I can do it with this. This is actually working like better than I thought it would. So I picked this up at a scrapbooking yard sale for $1. And I was kind of like, oh, I don't really need it. And then, I don't know, I think I was just talking to the lady and felt like I wanted to buy something from her, so I bought this. There's going to be another scrapbooking yard sale coming up at Whimsidoodle on June 20th. So if you're in the Tampa Bay area, that's where it is. And I usually will do a haul video after I go to the yard sale. So his wife Phyllis was a scrapbooker too. And I don't really know her story, but I kind of want to judge her anyways. So you'll hear the story in just a minute. I'm going to go ahead and get onto Ancestry.com, and first I'm going to just cut a little bit off the bottom there, and then I'm going to go onto Ancestry and then make some notes. So I'm just kind of arbitrarily cutting this like this, and yeah, I'll be right back. Hey scrapbookers, I'm back, and so I've written all about Willard, and I'll read it to you. So July 15th, 1920, Willard was born in Calais, Maine to Charles W. Fenderson and Anna McElroy Fenderson. Charles was a lumberman. Willard was the firstborn. My grandfather Frank was his little brother, and they had a little sister named Ethel. From 1939 to 1941, he attended the University of Maine at Orono and pledged the fraternity Delta Tau Delta and played number 29 on the basketball team. On Saturday, May 27th, in 1945, he married Phyllis Maud Donalds of Brookline, Massachusetts at St. Paul's Episcopal Church in Brookline. He was a fourth-year student at Tufts Medical School. In 1945, he was a lieutenant in the U.S. Marine Corps in San Francisco, and then he went over to China. So in 1946, he was even though like the war was kind of over then, I don't know what they were doing exactly, but the lieutenant. He was a lieutenant in the U.S. Marines. He was a surgeon in the U.S. Navy Reserve, which was also called the U.S. Marines. He served as a doctor in China and was a member of the Sherman Brothers Post Number 9. After the war, and then I kind of go off the timeline and say after the war he developed something that caused him to be mentally slow. From what I'm told and what I can remember, Phyllis left him and went back to Massachusetts with their 2 children. Willard lived with Big Nana. I remember he was a sweet man. He died at the IGA, which is a grocery store, in 1980 in the checkout line where my cousin Catherine was working on September 20th, 1980. And so it's a real sad story because he had such great potential, and then he kind of got something in the war that made him lose it. And I think it was some sort of a disease. And so what I want to do is make this into a pocket page, which I do kind of a lot with these types of pages, because what I imagine myself doing is, this tape isn't going to stay here. It's kind of going to be, I'm going to tape it on the front and the back of this bit. So it's going to be like, I'll show you. It's going to go like this. This is going to be, I'm going to go all the way on the back of this and hopefully line it up evenly so it's like the top of that pocket. And then what I imagine doing is printing out some of the things that I have, like the muster rolls and his birth certificate and that sort of thing that I have saved on Ancestry.com. And I can do that at any time. I just don't have a printer here in my scrapbook room. So next time I'm at my office, I can print off some of that stuff and then just slide it in to this pocket. So this washi tape it's on the front and the back, and I just like that it's that black. It kind of reminds me of this scrapbook that Phyllis made for him. So she wasn't all bad. Like she was a scrapbooker. I think probably what happened was, I don't know. I mean, you sign up for life with a doctor who went to Tufts and then he ends up, you know, totally disabled. And I guess she had to go home and raise her kids. Okay, so another thing I usually will do with these types of pages is stitch. And I think that's what I want to do. Although I kind of don't. I kind of just want to see if I can. I'm not sure this will work. I think it will. I'm just going to run the adhesive along the bottom, whoops, and the 2 sides and make that be the pocket. Usually I stitch, but honestly it's late at night and I don't want to wake up anybody. And also it's going to be in a page protector anyways, so I don't think it's going to make a huge amount of difference if it's stitched down or not. Whoops. Uh-oh. I do want to get that even though, and I didn't. Here we go. What's interesting is my father-in-law was also in that Pacific part of the world in World War II. So now I've got this. I kind of want to put his name and also his dates of life and death. So his name was, I just want to make sure I get it right. So I'm looking back online. Yeah, it's Willard Ernest. And I'm just making sure I want to spell Ernest right. There's no A. It's just Ernest. Willard Ernest Fenderson. So I imagine putting, let's some letter stickers across the top. Yeah, maybe I'll just do it like this, like Willard, Ernest, Fenderson, and then his dates of death and birth, and then something maybe over here that would be maybe something like, I don't know. I kind of think I'm going to go out of kit for this, because I have some, they're not Chinese, but they're like Japanese little papers, and I think that would work well on this. Yeah, I'm going to go off kit. I think that's it happens, right? So I need some letter stickers. Oops. My dog is barking. Oh gosh. That's not good. The first place I'm looking is for letter stickers is my my bin here. And I think I'm going to be able to find them in the bin. Maybe I'll stay on target and not go out of the kit. Or maybe I'll just pull like one little thing that's not from the kit. Oh, can you hear her? So I could use these black ones. I think I will. So I'm going to have to make sure I have enough E's. I don't think I do. That's not good. So I don't think I can do that. Because there's a lot of E's in his name. You know what I might do? This would be a good time for stamps. Yeah? I could also use these letters. Let's just see if that's possible. That N is so weird. Maybe it goes like this, yeah. Had it upside down, that's why it's weird. Okay. I've used these, it seems like I've used these letters so much, and I still have a lot of them. I wish I could say that about more different letter stickers. And I think these are American Crafts, but I'm not for sure. There might be something else. And I feel like I didn't buy more than one pack of them, but they just really do go on and on. I've used them a bunch. So my mother-in-law, you know what's really weird is, did I already say this? Is not only was he in the same part of the world in World War II, but they were born in the same year. My father-in-law and Uncle Willard. My father-in-law is now 94, so Willard would have been 94 now. Oops. Get another N in there. I think what I'll do is I'll run his name across the top and then morbidly put his dates of birth and death down here. Alright, I don't know, we'll see. We'll see, we'll see. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and finish out his name going backwards, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and I've placed my letter stickers. And, these are the little, this is the thing that wasn't in my kit, but I knew exactly where they were. And I bought them years ago when my kids were small and we used to go to Disney World all the time. So I bought them actually in Japan, but I think they look Asian, forgive me, enough to maybe we can use them for China. Isn't that pretty though? I really don't want to mess up this little arrangement. So I want to pick something that I can, that kind of reads China, but also I could put an embellishment. Whoops. So I like that. I don't know if I'm messing up the embellishments now, but the way that this was. Let me see what else we got. That's pretty. Let me just pull one more. Oh, yeah, I'm messing it up. That looks pretty Chinese to me. Forgive me if I don't mean to be disrespectful at all, but that's where he was. So I just wanted to incorporate that Asian feel. So I want to put a little, I'm going to put one of these paper clips that came with those papers here, just to show that this is a pocket and you can open that up and there'll be more information inside. Yep, that's good. And then down here, I think I want to do something like, not totally sure here. Maybe something like this, just a few of those papers down here at the bottom. But then over these papers, I kind of want to put his date of death, or his whole, you know, date of birth to date of death, maybe. Or I can put, an embellishment. Now let's see if we can, you know, this wasn't really what I had in mind when I, like doing this page wasn't really what I had in mind when I put together this kit, but let's just see if I can make it work. So, the stars, I guess, but I don't know. I don't think I want to use those. And as I'm kind of pulling these apart, I'm just putting them into this drawer that I originally had them in. Let's see what else I got. Okay. So this was the kit. I have an arrow. Here we go. I don't know as if any of these are really, this looks a little military-ish. That could work. Something like, well, this is a possibility anyways. It's possible. I don't really feel like it's the right, I don't know where I would put it. The F could be, you know, he was a Fenderson, so that could work, but I don't really want to use that F, and I don't think it contrasts very well there. This could also work. I don't know how. Or this one. This one's a maybe. Because this I could actually just kind of put on top there and then put the dates in smaller letters. That could work. And it would be enough of a contrast so it wasn't, you'd see the background papers, but you could also, there was a clear space for his dates of birth and death. That could work, so I'm going to leave that over there. Happy camper, adventure, note. Oops. So I saw like a recent kit club and they had these, I don't remember which kit it was, but they had these cork stickers. Can you see those? That I had picked up and put in this kit. And so I looked at oh, this works maybe. You know, it's like a map and he, you know, traveled all around the world. That could work with this. I wish this had more of the world on it. So that's possible. I'll be honest though, I don't think any of them are really working super great. Like, I think I could probably find more appropriate embellishments. But I'm trying to make it work, like Tim Gunn, you know. One way. I don't know about that. Alright. So I found a couple of things that sort of worked. I don't think any of these really work at all. They're summer themed and that doesn't go with his tragedy. Honestly, I'm not super digging this. Okay, just kind of want to see how it would look if I just did a couple of little strips, nothing like super overwhelming. Something like this. Okay, I think I know how to set this up, maybe. I like that the birds are kind of flying away. Kind of gives them a... That's a lot in that little corner, isn't it? I don't know if these work. Okay, so sometimes they don't. And sometimes when you have a kit, you have to go out of your kit. I think that's what I'm going to need to do. I'm going to, hold on, I'm going to pause for a sec and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm right back. I didn't get anything yet, but I'm going to just look close by in my, yeah, here we go. These are, so I have some embellishment kits that kind of go around themes, and I think, yeah, this is kind of heritage-y. See what we can come up with. Might not be much. I feel like that kind of works a little bit. Let's see if I can find anything else real quick. real dies are interesting. Sorry, I'm not talking much. Sometimes I get real talkative on these videos, and other times I just kind of am not. And sometimes it's just related to the time of day, so it's a little late. I like these here. Ooh, vows. That's interesting. But I don't think I'm going to use those. This is going in the donate box. I kind of like this. I don't think there's enough space for it. And there's some like busts that might be kind of fun, especially this blue because it matches sort of. Let me cut that out, and then we're gonna do his birth and death dates on this little tombstone on my page. Funny because I never really knew that he had been married when I was a kid, and I don't really want to judge, but I feel kind of judgy about the wife. I'm sure she had to do her thing, but I don't know. Can't help feeling bad for him. Okay, I like that. I'm going to clean up this little mess. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. And I really tried to make these work. And I just don't think they do. So, and I don't think this one does either. I did add a couple of little stickers and whatnot down there and here. And I think that I'm going to call that a day. And then I just need some little tiny letter stickers, which I don't think are going to work. I think these are going to be too big. Let's just see. Well, it might work, actually. So 19. And I'm just going to write 1920, like all the way out through 80. And I think that will, I didn't think it was going to work for the space, but upon a second look, I think it will. Sorry, I'm chewing gum. I don't know if I'm chomping on my gum. That's just rude. Yeah. So I was only 10 when he died. Funny because I really do remember him. We actually lived with him and my big Nana, as we called her, for a while. Let's see if we have a little dash. Guess we could use this. But I do remember him a lot, and I remember even his mannerisms, you know, more so than it would seem like I would. But I do. I just remember, you know, that saying like you don't remember what actually happened. That's not the thing, but you remember feelings more than you remember what actually happened. And I always had like a warm fuzzy for him. Whereas not so much for my grandfather, his little brother. He wasn't as warm and fuzzy as Willard was. Okay, I think that's going to be my page. Just get this done. And so this will be a pocket where I can actually put documents related to him. And yeah, now he'll be in my book, and people will know who he is. And that I actually have another picture of him and me, and I want to include that, so I'm going to make another page, like a companion page, where we'll see a little bit more of Willard. Okay, thank you for watching. This was layout number 10, and I know it really didn't, I'm still going to say it was within this kit because that's what's on my desk right now, even though I went completely out of the kit. Not completely, but mostly out of the kit, honestly. But I'll make a companion page for this, I hope, that will coordinate with the kit. We'll see. If we didn't, I'm sorry. But I think sometimes with heritage photos, there's like so much that you can do. And especially if you're going to hit on some serious stuff, which I feel like I did in this layout, it's going to take on a more serious tone. Whereas some of my other layouts are more happy, and I use like, I would use like these kind of colors on the pages. This one just didn't call for it. Yeah, not completely dark, but I do like the end result. So thank you for watching. As always, I'm Katie Scott. My blog is called Kiss and Tell Scrapbooking, and thank you for watching. Bye-bye.